Hi guys, it's Lanikia. I am coming to you with the last episode of If Loving You Is Wrong, which is, I think it was the season finale, because the have and the have nots are coming back soon. Okay, so we're gonna start this episode. They start the episode off where it ended last week with Travis in the bed with Kelly. So he's managed to get into her house, and he's in the bed with her, choking her, and he has a knife and everything. So Kelly, like, she's at this moment, she's just like, why are you doing this? Why do you keep doing, why won't you leave me alone? And he's just like, he tells her, because I guess it's because of that time when he had did Kelly so wrong and she was hurt, and she invited him over. This was a few seasons ago, and she slept with him. And he's telling her, like, I want it again like that. I want you to, like, that's what I want from you. I want you to make love to me. And she was like, she didn't want to, but he's like, just, you know, but she's recognizing that Justice is in the other room, and she does not want him to wake up to this. So because of that, she agrees to it. She agrees to sleep with Travis, if he'll leave her alone, pretty much. And so he says, okay, let's go take a shower. So they get out of the bed, and he like, look, you don't need no house shoes. Like, why are you putting house shoes on for? That's just so stupid. But so he's like, you don't need any house shoes, go to the shower. So they go into the shower or whatever, and she's afraid. I mean, he has a knife, and it's like, because at that point, that's not Travis, this is somebody different. So she don't know this man. So he's like, why do you look scared? And she said, because you have a knife. And he says, want me to put it down? So he puts the knife on the counter. He puts it down. And then he says, why do you still look scared? And she says, because you're evil. You're wrong. And did he tell her, you're not the first? Somebody clarify that for me, because Cardell was watching with me. That's my husband. He be talking during it. So I don't know. He talks during it sometimes. So sometimes I miss like an important part for me. So clarify that for me. So anyways, she's thinking they finish just get in the shower, and of course she's thinking of a way to get out of this. But he's like, don't try anything funny, or Justice is gonna see his mom wake up, and find his mom dead on the floor. That's how he's gonna find you, or whatever. So she is like, okay. And he says, get down on your knees. And she's like, no, I know. And he's like, no, I want you to get down on your knees. So he pretty much forces her down on her knees. And as she's doing this, I guess she bites him on purpose because she wants to escape. So she bites him, but she can't make it to the door because she's on her knees and he's in front of the door. So then they start wrestling and everything, which wakes up Justice. So you can hear Justice in the background saying, I'm going to call the cops. I'm going to call the cops. And I'm like, you don't even need to say I'm going to call. Like, you just need to be calling the cops. Like, I called the cops, or I'm on the phone with the police. That's what you need to be saying. But that scares Travis enough to make him leave. So then Travis leaves. And I'm just going to stay with this storyline because I know it jumps to something else. But I'm just going to stay with this. So once Travis leaves, they cut to Lucius and Natalie. So Lucius and Natalie are in the bed. They're just enjoying their new house and everything. And Esperanza calls. Is it Lucius? No, it's Lucian. Esperanza calls, and she tells Lucian, listen, Kelly and I had this system. Kelly was supposed to call or text me every 3 hours. Kelly has not done that, so I know something is wrong. Can you please just go over and check on her? He was like, what if she falls asleep? Nope, she set an alarm. Like, they pretty much had this all down packed, that there had to be something wrong if Kelly was not keeping up her end of the bargain. So Lucian gets up and goes over there, and I'm laughing because my husband was like, so he's just gonna walk over there in his PJs? I'm like, what else is he supposed to do? Put on a whole outfit? She just down the street. So Natalie is chilling at the house or whatever, and Lucian is walking over, and Natalie sees a shadow. She sees someone outside. So she runs outside, and she's like, Lucian, someone's down that way. And so they show Lucian telling Natalie get in the house or whatever. And to stay on this, I'm like, y'all gotta tell me, did I miss something? Because it was like we saw Lucian tell Natalie to get in the house, and then all of a sudden it cuts to, if I stay on this, it cuts to Esperanza, Natalie, Lucian, Kelly, Officer, I think Derek and Rick, all of them in the house, and I'm like, did I miss something? Because let me know. I don't know if I missed something. Because all of a sudden they're in the house, and Natalie was a little bold. She was pretty much telling an Officer Rick and Officer Derek, please let me be getting their names right. She was pretty much telling them, listen, so he had to come in here, have a knife with my son in here for y'all to believe me. And that one officer I cannot stand. He was all like, ma'am, I was doing my job, or whatever, and she was like, no, look for the man with the bite on his penis. I was like, oh. But anyways, so they're all at the house, and they're pretty much saying that they're looking for Travis. That pretty much sums up that whole part. And to me, it's like, sometimes Tyler Perry could have something good going, like I would have liked. I love soaps, so I'm used to the soaps dragging a good scene out, like just dragging it out and out. So I don't know, dragging that out, like they go all the way with a part. It seemed like he touched this. It was good. It was interesting. You wanted to see what was gonna happen, and then he just let it go. Kind of like when Ramsey got killed, and they just let it go. And I'm like, but then, this next part, Marcy and Brad. So Marcy and Brad, they show Marcy and Brad, and Marcy is sitting with Brad at their apartment. I guess it's still their apartment. I guess they had together. And this is just the weirdest relationship. It's like, are y'all together? Like, how can you both be like, you're telling each other you love each other, but you both say, well, oh, I'm still in love with this person. You're not in love. You're friends. You're friends who, I guess, with benefits, and y'all don't even have the benefits part anymore. Like, what is this? This is just the weirdest relationship, and I don't get it. So, anyways, so Marcy's telling Brad, it's Randall's baby. She knows it's Randall's baby. She just told Alex that, or no, Brad tells her Alex thinks it's his, and she's like, oh, Alex tell you that I was pregnant and yada yada yada, all that. I don't know. I love Marcy, but I don't like her and Brad together. They're boring to me. This part was really boring, so I'm gonna be honest. I was in and out of this conversation because they're so boring. It's like they're the two people that I like. Well, I'm alright with Brad, but I ride with him because I remember him on All My Children. But it's like there are two people that I like on the show. I love me some Marcy on the show, but together they just dry. It's like watching paint dry. So anyways, the big thing that came out of that is, I guess, it's Randall's baby, which we pretty much figured that, because I'm like, you and Brad only messed with each other that, was it one time maybe? And we knew that wasn't going to be no Brad's baby. I don't know. But I'm just going to move on past that because I don't care about that relationship. It's weird. So I'm going to talk about Ben. So I'm going to talk about Ben because it's like he keeps the job because he keeps getting with the wrong people. Like, his little drug addiction got him all the way messed up. So he goes to this club and he's talking to Escada, and Escada is looking like he messed up because he's sitting there sniffing lines and all that kind of stuff. And so it's all these girls around and drugs and drinks, and he asked Ben, do you do drugs or you like drugs? He was like, I love drugs. So of course Ben's taking lines, the pure stuff. I don't know what all that means, but he's taking lines and everything. He's he got a little drink, but Ben got a girl. So Escada is like, you want, like, which one you want? He was like, nah, I got a girl. And now he gets slapped by Ben gets slapped by Escada, and I'm like, dang, every person you get with slaps you. Like, yeah, Tyler Perry, you got this man looking so like weak. Like, to be a cop, you have him so weak. But it was so funny when Escada was like, "You like boys? I can hook you up, but I don't want to see it." I'm like, "Oh my god." Let's go to the next scene. But so that this scene drags on a little bit too. So Escada is pretty much telling Ben, "I need you because I need a new people in the police force, and you're gonna be that new breed for me or whatever." So he pretty much is he's replacing what Eddie is to Ben. Escada is gonna be to Ben. That's pretty much all they were really saying in this episode. And that was over in that little part. It was over. So moving on. All right, my notes. I got my notes. So let's go to Alex in this court. So Alex gets to court. And she's late because she's making all these kind of excuses. Like, I had to do my kids and all this. Like he yelling said, figure it out. So she's all late to court. And she apologizes to the judge because she said, "I wasted your time. Randall is the father." And she's telling Randall, "Okay, so now I want custody of the baby. But you can see the baby anytime." And he was like, "No, I told you that from the beginning. And you told me no. So I want full custody." So then the judge is all upset or whatever with Alex, and Randall's like, read the papers, because he wants full custody. So he wants the judge to say that it's his and that he's going to receive full custody. So the judge opens the envelope, and you already knew it was going to be a mess because the way he worded it and said, like, "I'm giving custody to the person listed," or something like that. And so then he says Randall is not the father. I don't know what kind of trickery. I don't know. Do y'all think it was what's her name? Teppa Haynes? Y'all think it was her? Do y'all think she tricked it up with? Because at first I was like, maybe Alex did it, but she was looking real shocked. Like she was really shocked and didn't know that was gonna happen. So I'm like, how did this happen? Like, who did this? Was it Brad? Was it Teppa? Is that the girl name? I'm saying this girl name and don't even know if that's it. But y'all know the little DNA woman, because it kind of looked like her and Randall was trying to have something going. Weirdness. But, so, I don't know. But anyways, Randall is not the father. So unless Tyler Perry brings up that Alex has been with somebody else and we just didn't know about it, I don't know what's going to go on here. I don't know what's going to happen. So they're done with that part of it. Randall is all upset, big mad, but it is what it is. He's not the father, so they say. Well, I guess that'll be next season. We'll see. Now they did say Alex had to have visitation. I guess someone's gonna be coming to the house, and in 30 days they'll do a follow-up custody. Okay, so now they go back to Kelly, and she's with Natalie, and Natalie is telling her, "I got a friend who has who could get you a gun. She could get you what you need. It's all legit or whatever." So that's pretty much what they were talking about. They were talking about the friend with the gun again. So cut forward to Kelly is at home, and Natalie's friend shows up, and again, Kelly asks what I was thinking, is this legit? And the woman says, yes, I sell guns online. Everything's legit. We can do a background check on you. We can do all this. I've never bought a gun. I don't know. So I guess that you could do it that way now. So she's showing Kelly the gun, and it's some kind of gun, a Glock, something like that. And so Kelly is like, okay. So Kelly's going to take the gun, and she's going to pay for it. She didn't even ask how much it was. She just gave her credit card over. And so the woman was like, do you got this or whatever? And then the man was like, decline. And Kelly was like, run it again. He ran it again. The woman's on the phone with the man, her partner. He was like, it's declined. And Kelly was like, I know I got money on these cards. I haven't used the card in a week. So she gets another card and was like, I haven't used it in a week. And so They try to run that card, declined. And so she looking at the woman, looking at Kelly like, you wasted my time. And Kelly was like, no. Let me go to the bank. Just wait on me. And the woman was like, it's gonna cost you extra because I'm missing appointments and all this kind of stuff. And Kelly was like, just wait on me. Kelly said, wait outside. And the woman said, excuse me. She said, what? It's a nice day. I'm like, I mean, you weren't gonna let the woman stay in your house. I wouldn't have either. I'll be like, wait outside. Turn the air on. You charging her extra anyways. It's not that big of a deal. So the woman, I guess. So anyways, we're gonna move on. Oh no, we're not gonna move on because then Kelly calls and tries to find out what is going on with her card. And I don't know what Kelly got going on with her job, but she calls her job. And she speaks to someone named Jill. And Jill tells her, Kelly, all your cards are maxed out. Like $80,000 worth maxed out. And Kelly is like, what? What is going on? And she said, oh my gosh, Kelly, this was linked to your savings as well as your checking. So like you ain't got no money. Like everything is wiped out. And Kelly was like, well, the mortgage company was calling me, and they emailed her and called her. And so the girl was like, oh my God, Kelly, this is your job. So y'all tell me, what kind of job does Kelly have where this matters? Because I couldn't understand that. Like, what kind of job do you have where this matters? And then the woman was saying, like, you bought sex toys, and oh my gosh. And Kelly was like, you know me. And the woman, of course, she was shady. Talking about, I don't know. Kelly, like, Jill, you know me. You know I didn't buy that. But so Jill was like, girl, you gotta figure that out. So the job won't find out. So she gonna buy Kelly a little bit of time, and she's not gonna report it or whatever for right now. But we'll see, Kelly. So then, let's see where we are at now. So then we cut to Eddie and Ben. They're there, and Ben, he's high. Because he got a little stash from Escada. So he's driving this car that he got from Escada, and he is lifted. And Eddie pulls him over. And Eddie is like, whose car is this? And he's like, I don't know. And Eddie was like, I know every drug dealer. So Eddie's radioing it in, finding the car, and finding out who the car belongs to and all that. And so he finds out it's Escada's. He was like, what you doing messing with him? Now, for some reason, I thought Eddie and Escada worked together, or they were... But I guess not. So, anyways, Eddie, he pretty much takes the car from Ben. He pretty much tells Ben, like, get to walking. I'm taking the car. So Eddie's out of his police car, in this car, about to joyride. He takes the cocaine and everything with him. So Ben gets into the police car and goes to the station. I'm just gonna stay on this storyline. So Ben goes to the station. Now, mind you, Lucius and Steven have talked, and Steven has told, Lucius goes up to Steven, and he's like, yeah, I heard, what's going down, and Steven was like, you should know, you were the one who called it to your boss, and Lucian was like, I didn't do that. So, but some kind of way, they're wanting to go ahead and get Eddie. And Stevens is mad because he wanted enough evidence to get Escada as well. But, I mean, y'all just came in there to get Eddie. You're going to have to build your case for Escada. But, so Lucian just as happy as a Chester cat. He's around there cheesing, happy. He's ready to get rid of Eddie and everything. So then Ben shows up. And so later on, Ben shows up. And Stevens tells Lucian, we can't find Eddie. And so when Lucian sees Ben, he's like, he knows where he is. And Stevens was like, no, he don't know. And Lucian was like, yes, he does. So they asking Ben, and he's like, I don't know. They was like, you find him any other time, find him. Go find your boy. So then they're just both sitting there like, we gotta find him. He knows, but they're thinking he knows that they're onto him. So we go back to Eddie. And he done got this same girl that he always gets. So he's in the car. They're doing their thing. He laid back, he's enjoying himself. He's high too now. And Escada was like, I've been following you in this vehicle, because you know it's Escada's vehicle. And Eddie was actually scared of this man, and I'm like, wait, I don't know, maybe I missed something, but I thought Eddie was not scared of him, but he actually is. So Escada warns Eddie, like, you can't go back to that police station because the FBI in on you. And he was like, what? Is it Lucian? And Escada was like, I don't know who Lucian is, but I just know that I have my information. You know, I have people everywhere, and I know that they're there looking for you. So if you go back there, you're going to get arrested, and I can't have you getting arrested because you know too much information on me. So if you know information on me, then that means that you would flip, is what he's pretty much telling Eddie, and I'm not going to let that happen. So Eddie pretty much has no choice. So I don't know why Eddie didn't tell him, hey, get me out of here like you got the captain out of here. Because the captain really got Eddie in this, because he was telling Eddie all of Escada's business. And then went and told Escada that he was telling Eddie all of his business. So that's pretty much how Escada knows that Eddie knows, like, all the under things that and messed up stuff that he does. Like, this episode was so long. I'm at 21 minutes, and it's still more episodes. But anyways, so pretty much Eddie has no choice. Like, what can he do? He can't go to work, and he loves his job because he's so crooked. Like, he runs stuff, so he loves it. But then, like, he can't stay on the streets because that dude Scott is gonna be coming from him because he don't want him to flip. So I don't know what Eddie's gonna do. So then, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up Eddie. So then Lucian and Stevens get a call that, okay, we found him. So then all these police get radio, and you see them trap Eddie. They locked him in, and Eddie reaches behind his ears, smokes a joint, and that's how that ended with Eddie. We don't know if he's gonna, like, try to barrel his way through, like head down, go through, or if he's gonna get out, set it off style. I don't know. We'll find out next season, I guess. But that's pretty much the end of Eddie. Okay, so then we go to the girls are all getting together. And so the girls are all getting together because Lucian has put them together for a housewarming party for Natalie. And Natalie is surprised. She didn't know they were coming over or whatever. But she's like, oh, I'm so glad y'all over. I'm hungry. Let's do some food. She tried to call Lucian to tell him to get some food. And he's like, I am busy. Because he's trying to take down Eddie. And he was like, I'm busy. I can't help you. Like, I'm like, just order a pizza. So then, they all come over. They're asking Kelly about her situation. As always, Kelly never says anything. Like, this was a perfect time. Natalie, I know we talking about you, but let me tell y'all what's going on, because I need you. Kelly never says anything, and it frustrates me, because this is what happened when they told you to get the restraining order and all this stuff, and the reason why Alex was all to the police and they didn't believe you in the first place, because you don't open your mouth and say stuff. But anyways, so they're all sitting down, and Alex won't tell anything about, she hasn't told them about Randall not being the baby's father. Kelly's not telling them about her credit card, because we all know Travis did that to her credit cards. She's not telling them about that. At least I think so. She's not telling them about that. So nobody's talking about anything. Esperanza really didn't have a storyline this season. She was just tag along Kelly or whatever. And so they're all chilling, trying to think of what they're gonna do, just talking about the house. And then they get a knock on the door, and I'm like, who is it? Travis? Who is it? Oh, it's Marcy. So here Marcy comes over, and let me tell you, her romper was cute. That was a cute little outfit she had on. I love a girl in a romper with heels. That's cute to me. I like that. I don't wear rompers though. Anyways, so she comes over, and she's bringing, I think she brought some wine or champagne or something stupid. It's stupid because she knew she couldn't drink it. And I'm 100%, I don't know, I think Marcy knew what was going on, but she did offer to leave, and they were like, no. And this is what I found strange. They act like Marcy was the person who did all this, and I might have said this at the top of the video, But they act like Marcy was the person who did wrong. Marcy didn't do anything wrong. Well, I mean, eventually she did, because that was wrong. Her and Brad messing with each other because they were still married. But they weren't with their spouses, and people just seem to think that's still okay. I don't know. But anyways, so Marcy sits down right next to Alex. Petty. So she sits down right next to Alex, and they're all talking and stuff, and she's telling them about they're like, we could use some wine, and she was like, I'm not me. Petty. She knew what she was doing. And they was like, why you not drinking? And she was like, oh, Alex didn't tell you? I'm like, God, dog. And so she tells him she pregnant by Brad. She know that's not Brad, baby, but I wouldn't tell him it was Randall, baby, either, because Randall's crazy, so I would probably leave that to myself, too. So then Marcy tells them it's Brad's baby, and they're like, Marcy, stop it. We don't want to. And that's what I don't get. Like, y'all roll with Alex, even though Alex was dead wrong. Y'all still roll with Alex. Anytime Marcy does anything, y'all stop it. That's why I really don't. Oh. But anyways, so then they're talking about babies, and Marcy brings up Alex's baby, and Alex get on my nerves because she sits there just frozen. Shut up. And I'll be like, Alex, if you were wrong what you did to her, but get her out of your face if you don't like it. But she just sits there and she's just like, shut up, Marcy. And so then Marcy goes ahead and tells them, listen, oh, y'all didn't know? Randall ain't her baby daddy. And they're like, what? Excuse me? Because Marcy, and she was like, yeah, Louise told me, which is Randall's mother. So that means she's went and visited Louise, and Louise done spilled all the tea. Because Randall probably went to her crying. He probably went to her crying. They should have showed that. They should have showed Randall talking to his mama. But so she's telling all Alex's business, and Alex was like, I'm about to leave, and they was like, oh, and Marcy was like, yeah, I don't know who what baby daddy is, because everybody know this baby is black. So now she telling Natalie it could be Lucian. She was like, oh no, and she was like, I didn't know, and that repeat in Natalie's head till Natalie's going crazy, thinking, okay, this could possibly be Lucian's baby. So now, after all of this, Alex gets up and leaves, and Natalie and them follow him, because Natalie's trying to figure out what is this going on. See, that's why Alex should have never said that in the first place. But no, she did, and now this whole mess done happened. So they get over, they're walking outside following Alex, and Marcy, she picking. She picking on Alex or whatever. So they get outside following Alex, trying to figure out what's going on. And Brad is at the house. They pretty much leave because Brad is there, and Marcy stays, and she's rubbing up on Brad or whatever. And the ladies go back to the house and everything. And Brad goes inside with Alex and tells Marcy, to chill out. So Marcy's sitting on the porch, and Alex has pretty much begged Brad to sleep with her. So now her and Brad are going at it right at the door, and Marcy can hear them. So she gets up and just leaves. And I'm like, God, dog, why you always got to do my girl like that? Why does Marcy always get the short end of the stick? Which Marcy, I thought Marcy was going to bust in and tell Brad, oh, so you don't care that the baby isn't, because Alex just went over. She didn't even tell Brad about that. So I'm like, this gonna be another explosion whenever he finds out, because he gonna think you played him again. So then Alex finds out. So then Natalie gets upset and tells Alex's children, come on, we've got to go to your mama's house. So they run over to her. They're going over to her mama's house, but Justice wants to stop at his house. So they stop with the kids. So they stop at Justice Kelly's house, and the kids go inside. And as they're going inside, the police pull up, and they get they're like, Kelly, you're under arrest for the murder of Ramsey. And she's like, what are you talking about? And as they're trying to put Kelly in handcuffs, all of a sudden we hear a gun go off in Kelly's house, and with the kid, and there's nobody but kids in there. So I'm thinking that the woman must have left Kelly some kind of way. Kelly got the gun, but that's how it went off. So we'll find out next season if someone got shot or what happened. But yeah, that was it for Loving You Is Wrong. I hope you enjoyed the review. Have a great night.